We're now joined by the head golf coach at the United States Military Academy, Chad Bagley. Coach, thanks for giving us a couple of minutes today.
Pleasure, Zach. Hope you and your family are doing well.
Well, you too, Coach. Unfortunately for you guys, the season was cut a little bit short. You had a chance to compete in the fall and a little bit in the spring, but what was that moment like for you, and how tough was it for the team knowing they're not going to get a chance to defend their Patriot League championship?
Yeah, no, it's quite tough and very surreal because, we're on our spring break trip. We just got finished competing at the Cleveland Palmetto Intercollegiate, and we'd kind of driven down to Statesboro, Georgia to compete in the Shingle. And that Thursday morning, we're out there playing a practice round, and, you start getting indicators that something's happening, get messages from West Point, our sports supervisors, and then you start seeing teams leave the golf course. And when you see that, something's up and something's different. So, it came to a conclusion real quick, real sudden, and it caught us all kind of off guard. And then we quickly transitioned into trying to get the guys home and get them back with their families, and so they could stay safe and be with them. So, real quick, tough for those guys to take, and kind of trying to capture everything and feel the moment. Definitely they responded and have been responding kind of as you would expect them to respond. They take it in stride, and they're kind of looking forward to the next things and getting back to somewhat normal life and that next step, especially for our seniors.
Well, let's take a look back. You did get to compete against Navy in the fall, and you got to do it on one of the world's most famous courses down in New Jersey on Pine Valley. What was that like to be able to go down to Pine Valley, play on one of the most pristine courses in the country and in the world for that matter, and to be able to get the star and defeat Navy?
Yeah, no, it's special. First you start off with it's an Army-Navy match, and it doesn't get any better than that. And then you throw on top of it Pine Valley Golf Club, which is historically rated, the best course in the world. And none of us ever been there before. So, we were all kind of excited just from the get-go. And Friday morning we drove in the gates, and we didn't leave until, late Sunday evening after everything was taken care of. But the experience, within Pine Valley that weekend is something that none of us will ever forget. First you start with the golf course, and everything that you hear about it and see and read about it, it's true, it's beautiful, it's challenging, it's tough. But the thing I really wasn't expecting and just didn't know how it was going to be, but just the hospitality and generosity of the Pine Valley staff, their membership, the leadership of the club, and then the staff working, were phenomenal. They treated us very well and Navy very well. We were set up great, and we had a great opportunity to compete on a great golf course. And it was a great experience, but it makes it even better when you get the win.
Well, you've been around the sport, especially at West Point, for a number of years now. You played during your time as a cadet, and you've been around a lot of really nice golf courses in your time. So what would you pick out as one or two of your most favorite golf courses you've either got to play on or coach on, or just be able to see the grounds in general?
Yeah, I mean, Pine Valley's kind of fresh in our memory, but we're fortunate. We're fortunate, and blessed that there's a lot of people out there and a lot of clubs and golf courses that want to be around cadets. They want to be around our future leaders, and so we have some great opportunities to get our cadets some great golf courses. I think there's a few that kind of stand out in my mind. We take a trip down to Florida every February just to kind of get spun up for the spring season, and Medalist Golf Club down there and around Jupiter area has been very good to us. Seminole Golf Club right there at Juno Beach is unreal. We've been fortunate to play this Bush Cup series every year, for the past 6 years. And, we've competed against Stanford at Olympic Club, which is a beautiful golf course, Northwestern at Medina, Wingfoot. This year we played Alabama at Shoal Creek, which is another beautiful experience. So, there are a lot of great golf courses that I've been blessed to kind of watch our guys compete on, and, that you can tell they really enjoy the experience and they appreciate golf. They appreciate the history of the game, and they really do appreciate when they get to step foot on some of these hallowed grounds in the golf world.
Well, take it a little closer to home. The West Point Golf Course is one of the nicest military courses out there, and you've had a chance to play it and practice on it countless amounts of times. Pick out your favorite hole. If you're going to go and if you could only play one hole on the West Point course, which one would it be?
Well, I'm partial to the front nine just because of the history. Designed in the early '40s by Robert Trent Jones, favorite golf course designer, and then the construction of labor that built the front nine was a prisoner of war labor force that was coming up from New York City. So there's a lot of history to our front nine, and it's really got that Robert Trent Jones feel to it in its design. The eighth hole, going there along the road, it's something less than driver off the tee box, and it leaves you a short iron over a creek right to the green, and the green has great undulations. And once you get to the green, the challenge doesn't end there. You still get to get the ball in the hole. But it's a beautiful golf hole. It's got the backdrop of the mountains, Storm King Mountains right there behind it, and that's always one I enjoy playing. And I see on the backside, number 14, kind of a downhill par four. Again, less than driver, fairway narrows up, and just requires a couple great shots to get on that green, but also the setting. Again, back up Storm King Mountain, just the beauty of it. Those are two of my favorite places to be on the West Point golf course for sure.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. 14, whenever I'm on the course, I tell someone, hey, coming up this hill, this is the best view on the golf course looking down. And I'm partial to number 7, the long par 5 on the front nine. I usually end up in that creek right before the green, though. So only once or twice I've been dry on that hole.
We know you're a big hitter. We know you can reach that green in two when you crank that drive. So,
yeah, drive for show, but the putting for dough is what lets me down. But we'll bring it back home. Your family been around. You've got a son who's on the football team and another son who's also at the academy. So what have you been doing to keep busy, and what's it been like in these last couple of weeks during this time of quarantine where you do get to spend some more time with your family?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's obviously some sadness, some disruption of life, and you wish you were competing. We were scheduled to defend the Patriot League championship. That's what we gear our entire year up to. It's just trying to get as hot and on fire as we can be late April. So there's some sadness there, but we've also been trying to do a good job of looking for the positive. And got 2 kids at West Point, and got my daughter here as a freshman at O'Neill High School. But when they start leaving the house, the dynamic changes a little bit. There's less heads at the dinner table, and less activity around, and you never really expect that you want to have all of that back together again. So it's been a true blessing to have the boys back in the house, and we've really been enjoying each other. For this month or so, it's been fun and easy, and I don't know if I'm the easiest guy to be around all the time, but I've definitely enjoyed being around those guys and, watching them get after their virtual schooling that West Point's doing a great job at, and, and doing the same thing at O'Neill High School down the road. So it's been a blessing to have our whole family back together in the house, and we're just trying to appreciate it for as long as we can. That's for sure.
Well, Coach, everyone looks forward to getting back on the golf course, but I can't wait to see you and your team back out there come August, September when you guys are gearing up again. Hope you're staying safe, and we'll see you real soon back at West Point.